Hello, welcome to my study journey. Today is Saturday, and today's morning I woke up and write down the diary like that. Not like diary, just my thought write down. Just expression and study for my English writing skills. And yesterday I promised that, as I mentioned that, I start to record video and study one more hour for an hour, and like that. And I use this last page and study with podcast, and it's very helpful for me. Listen and write down the script that I want to pronounce, and write and listen and pronounce, speak. And ETJ English, the British guy, is very good at modern RP, and it's very helpful for me study English pronunciation, and yeah. Today, yes, 3 days ago I have some pain on my throat, as I mentioned that, and but I want to keep study, but it's hard to speak. And what do I think? What do I do that? Okay. And when I study English, when I like weightlifting for my muscle, increase muscle, and when I weightlifting, lift dumbbells, barbell, and machines, I listen podcast. Yeah, maybe most of them ETJ English podcast or BBC English. BBC Learning English is very good podcast for learning English, and I recommend that. If you want to British pronunciation, you listen BBC Learning English podcast. It's very good. It's very Oxford English, not posh. Modern RP and posh is a little bit different, I think. And I don't want posh. There's some what do I say? Anyway, I don't want posh accent. I want modern RP accent. And today I'm study with Notting Hill. As I mentioned that, I'm study with Notting Hill for 30 days. 30 days, but I like Hugh Grant's pronunciation, but I forgot Hugh Grant pronunciation because last past last at least 20 days I studied only with about time and just podcast. So today is today is review. Today's study is review Notting Hill and mimicking, shadowing Notting Hill. I watch movie and I write down the script that I want to pronunciation and repeat them. So let's start. Love Actually's actors are Hugh Grant too. Love Actually is my favorite movie too. But today is study with Notting Hill. Okay. Okay, let's start. Of course, I've seen her films, and always thought she was were fabulous. Of course, I've seen her films, and always I thought she were fabulous. Of course, I've seen her films, and always thought she were fabulous. Of course, I've seen her films, and always thought she were fabulous. Of course, I've seen her films, and always thought she were fabulous. But you know, a million miles from the world I live in. But you know, a million miles from the world that I live in. But you know, a million miles from the world I live in. But you know, a million miles from the world I live in. But you know, a million miles from the world I live in. But you know, a million miles from the world I live in. Which is here, Notting Hill. 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 My favorite bit of London. 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 There's market on weekdays, selling away fruit and vegetables. There's the market on weekdays, selling every fruit and vegetable known to man. There's the market on weekdays, selling every fruit and vegetable known to man. There's the market on weekdays, selling every fruit and vegetable known to man. Known to man. Known to man. The tattoo parlor. The guy outside who got drunken. Now he can't remember why I choose I love can. The tattoo parlor with a guy outside who got drunken and now can't remember why he chose I love can. The tattoo parlor with a guy outside who got drunk and now can't remember why he chose I love can. The tattoo parlor with a guy outside who got drunk and now can't remember why he chose I love can. The radical hairdressers. Everyone comes out looking like the Cookie Monster, whether they want to or not. The radical hairdressers. Everyone comes looking like the Cookie Monsters, whether they want to or not. The radical hairdressers, where everyone comes out looking like the Cookie Monster, whether they want to or not. Whether they want to or not. The radical hairdressers, where everyone comes out looking like the Cookie Monsters, whether they want to or not. Whether they want to or not. The radical hairdressers, where everyone comes out looking like the Cookie Monster, whether they want to or not. Whether they want to or not. The radical hairdressers, where everyone comes out looking like the Cookie Monster, whether they want to or not. The radical hairdressers, where everyone comes out looking like the Cookie Monster, whether they want to or not. The radical hairdressers, where everyone comes out looking like the Cookie Monster, whether they want to or not. Whether they want to or not. Where everyone comes out looking like the Cookie Monster, whether they want to or not. The radical hairdressers, where everyone comes out looking like the Cookie Monster, whether they want to or not. And then suddenly it's the weekend. from freak days from hundred of the stores appear out of nowhere. And then suddenly it's the weekend, and from break of day, hundreds of stores appear out of nowhere. Appear out of nowhere. Nowhere, 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 nowhere. And then suddenly it's the weekend, and from break of the day, hundreds of stores appear out of nowhere. Feeling Portobello Road, Notting Hill Gate. Feeling Portobello Road, right up to Notting Hill Gate. Feeling Portobello Road, right up to Notting Hill Gate. Feeling Portobello Road, right up to Notting Hill Gate. Feeling Portobello Road, right up to Notting Hill Gate. Feeling Portobello Road, right up to Notting Hill Gate. And wherever you look, thousands of people, and wherever you look, wherever you look, thousands of people are buying millions of antiques. Wherever you look, and wherever you look, thousands of people are buying millions of antiques. Thousands of people are buying millions of antiques. And wherever you look, thousands of people are buying millions of antiques. And wherever you look, thousands of people are buying millions of antiques. And wherever you look, thousands of people are buying millions of antiques. Some genuine, and some not quite genuine. Some genuine, and some not quite so genuine. Genuine. Not quite some genuine. Not quite some genuine. Some genuine and some not quite so genuine. And what's great is that lots of friends have ended up in this part of London. Ended up in this part of London. And what's great is that lots of friends have ended up in this part of London. That's Tony, for example. Architect turned to chef, who recently invested. That's Tony, for example. Architect turned to chef, who recently invested all the money he ever earned. That's Tony, for example. Architect turned chef, who recently invested all the money he ever earned in a new restaurant. That's Tony, for example. Architect turned chef, who recently invested all the money he ever earned in a new restaurant. Architect turned chef, who recently invested all the money he ever earned in a new restaurant. He ever earned. And so this is where I spend my days and years, in the small village in the middle of the city. And so this is where I spend my days and years, in this small village in the middle of the city. And so this is where I spend my days and years, in this small village in the middle of the city. And so this is where I spend my days and years, in this small village in the middle of the city. And so this is where I spend my days and years, in this small village in the middle of the city. And so this is where I spend my days and years, in this small village in the middle of the city, in a house with a blue door. My wife and I both together. In a house with a blue door. Then my wife and I both together. And so this is where I spend my days and years, in this small village in the middle of the city, in a house with a blue door. Then my wife and I both together. In a house with a blue door. Then my wife and I both together. In a house with a blue door. Then my wife and I both together. In a house with a blue door. Then my wife and I both together. Before she left me for a man who exactly like Harrison Ford. Exactly like Harrison Ford. Before she left me for a man who looked exactly like Harrison Ford. Before she left me for a man who looked exactly like Harrison Ford. Exactly like Harrison Ford. Is this important in comparison to, let's say, whether they should cancel third world debt? What are the choices? Might make too hard. Romantic note. Yeah, it might make it hard to strike a really romantic note. Yeah, it might make it hard to strike a really romantic note. Romantic note. Yeah, it might make it hard to strike a really romantic note. And so it was just another hopeless Wednesday as I walked the 1,000 yards through the market to walk. Walk, walk, walk. And so it was just another hopeless Wednesday as I walked the 1,000 yards through the market to walk. I learned a little bit difference. Walk. And I'm hard to pronounce walk. I googling and searching on YouTube, and many of British teachers say walk. When I say walk, mouth looks like smile. Walk. And when I say can I go, and when I walk, go to, say walk, and mouth lips straight forward. That's the difference how to pronounce work and walk. It's hard now. I'm hard to say work and work, but repeat many times, and I don't used to walk and work. And if you want to sound more British, and find the YouTube video and practice more. And so it was just another hopeless Wednesday as I walked the 1,000 yards through the market to work. Yeah, it's too hard for me now, but I practice now. Through the market to work. Walked the 1,000 yards through the market to work. And so it was just another hopeless Wednesday as I walked the 1,000 yards through the market to work. Never suspecting that this was the day changed my life forever. Never suspecting that this was the day that was gonna change my life forever. Never suspecting that this was the day that was gonna change my life forever. Never suspecting that this was the day that was gonna change my life forever. This is work, by the way. This is the work, by the way. The travel bookshop. This is work, by the way. The travel bookshop. My little travel bookshop. This is work, by the way. My little travel bookshop. This is work, by the way. My little travel bookshop. This is work. By the way, my little travel bookshop. This is work, by the way. Work. This is work, by the way. My little travel bookshop. This is work, by the way. My little travel bookshop. Better make it a half, or I can't afford. Better make it a half, or I can afford. Better make it a half. Better make it a half, or I can afford. Can I help you at all? 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 That book's not really not great. That book's really not great. That book's really not great. Not great. That book's really not great. Just in case, you know. Fine. Just in case, you know, browsing turn to buy. You'd be wasting your money. Just in case, you know, browsing turn to buy. You'd be wasting your money. just in case, browsing, turn to buying, turn to buying, turned to buying, you'd be wasting your money. Just in case, browsing turned to buying, you'd be wasting your money. You'd be wasting your money. But if you talk interested in this one, but if it's talk interested in this one, hand is very good. But if it's talk you're interested in this one, on the other hand, is very good. I think the man who wrote it has actually been to Turkey, which helps. So I saw you put that book down your trousers. So I saw you put that book down your trousers. Trousers. The one down your trousers. 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 I have water and soap. Water and soap. You can get cleaned up. I have water and soap. Water and soap. You can get cleaned up. I have water and soap. You can get cleaned up. Water and soap. Water and soap. I have water and soap. Water and soap. You can get cleaned up. I have water and soap. You can get cleaned up. I have water and soap. You can get cleaned up. I have water and soap. You can get cleaned up. Water and soap. Water and soap. I have water and soap. You can get cleaned up. I have water and soap. You can get cleaned up. Come in. It's not quite as tidy as normally as I feel. Come in. It's not quite as tidy as it normally is, I fear. Come in, it's not quite as tight as it normally is, I feel. Is I feel. Come in, it's not quite as tight as it normally is, I feel. But the bathroom is on the top floor. And the telephone is just up here. But the bathroom's on the top floor. And the telephone's just up here. Would you like a cup of tea before you go? Would you like a cup of tea before you go? Before you go? Would you like a cup of tea before you go? Would you like a cup of tea before you go? Before you go? Would you like a cup of tea? Cup of tea before you go? Cup of tea? Cup of tea before you go? Coke? Water? I just take my one chance to say it. After you read that terrible book, you're certainly not gonna be coming back to the show. Okay, end of today's study. I have an issue on my throat. So today's studies end, I think, and I listening other YouTube channel related to British English or like that, and read some British book like this, Harry Potter. Yesterday I said that I read Harry Potter, but I'm just read one page. Sorry. It's hard. It's hard to read, hard to read. But I will read this book. Anyway, thank you for watching my video, and thanks for all your comment. And if you want write down the comment for my video and my English journey. And thank you for watching my videos, and see you next video. Bye.